I've always been more interested in crafting a life than making a living. My lifetime, my career as you will, for me has been a large number of meanderings, and whenever I reach a fork in that road, I'm always taking the path that leads toward what makes me feel most passionate and away from what seems the most predictable and routine. When I first arrive in a country that I've not been to before, first things I do is take a deep breath and admire the fact that I'm smelling a totally different aroma. And I realize the foreign excitement that's in the air. And it causes me to look around, and I start establishing very slowly a visual vocabulary and start identifying those visual elements that make that particular destination a distinctive one. As a travel journalist and travel photographer, I'm often disregarding those elements that are in common with what I'm familiar with, while concentrating on the unfamiliar, and that helps to enhance the mystique of a particular image.
We're talking about travel photography, and one of America's foremost photographers is our guest.
He knows what it means to go on an exotic journey.
More than 150 countries on 7 continents.
He has globe-trotted his way through all 7 continents, covering more than 170 countries.
He's an award-winning photographer who travels all over the world. I'm jealous. We're talking about his job. I want his job.
The cranberry bogs are an amazing, mythic, autumnal experience. I'd like to welcome you all to the annual year-end slideshow extravaganza. Here we head over to South Georgia Island to see the king penguin. But actually, I saw more penguins than that. I actually saw more penguins than that. And actually more than that. You know, we just had about 6 of them with 75 people at each one. So, you know, 400. You know, yeah, every year we have about 400 plus people sitting in that living room. My folk art collection has been something that I've amassed over, I'd say, about 25 years. These are all handmade toys that African children would make. You know, they don't have the budgets to buy, you know, to buy department store toys. When I travel, I'm also very fascinated by the cultures that I see and the kinds of arts and heritage that they have, and that often is produced most vibrantly in the richness of the various artifacts that you can find. There's a lot of things that people spend their money on all the time. I don't. I tend to plow it into travel and the artifacts that I can find. See, it's a lot of scary sounds, but I can't even imagine coming on here with shoes. There we go. A lot of people that try to take up photography often ultimately fail when they do not get close enough to their subject. They think of it as candid photography, so that means sort of like spying on them from a distance. And that really doesn't help at all because there's an emotional veil that does not get lifted. To be able to make friends with people you meet, to speak with people on an easygoing level, to not just see them as snapshot subjects, is something that I try to work at. I think for many decades I've tended to look at the world as an artist, and so I respond to it artistically and try to utilize my talents in as many ways as that artistry permits. My lifetime has been just a series of unique events that have shaped me as I've gone along. There's a lot of adventure, a lot of excitement, and just to be able to explore the world. We're given a limited amount of time to live here, and I plan on taking advantage of it as much as possible.